Why, hello, and welcome back to Pathfinder. We recently downed a rather large, tangly bone boy, and now we found a wonderfully possibly cursed book. Let's check in with them now. Oh, hello from 5 seconds ago. Oh, God.
It's you again.
It is me again. All right, we will pick up.
Nerd.
We'll pick up from where we left off like 3 or so weeks ago because things keep happening and ACs keep exploding.
Yes.
Wonderful times. Last thing was essentially, Vega, you found a book. Y'all were done looting this big boy, and that is essentially it. I believe I said we found 2 weapons that were lodged in it after the body basically collapsed.
Yeah. All right, quick. We'll look around to see if there's anything else at all. And then we move away, hopefully, right?
I'm gonna head down to Vega.
Okay.
Do a big, well, not actually hop down, but
Of course, yeah. Take the scenic route on your way down.
It's a neat book you got there.
Hey, look what I found. I toss a spear and an axe down. Next to King.
Oh, I guess I'll look at those two.
Yeah, this is the book that talks about the Lazari theorem, right?
Correct.
That.
Never heard of that.
Neither have I.
Would I know anything about it?
No one does.
Okay.
Well, sorry. Like 2-3 people do.
Well, do you think that's what the guys are after?
Something in my gut says yes.
Probably.
The quick scan of the other books basically let you know they weren't useless, but the information didn't stand out as extraordinary.
I will take a look at the spear and axe, I guess, since they were thrown in my general direction.
You're able to reconfirm that, yes, they do indeed have relatively potent runes in them.
Just yell up there like, they're pretty good, but kind of useless to me. I don't know why you throw them at me.
I don't know. I thought you could see what they were. And Vega might be happy seeing weapons, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Can I tell what runes they are?
Yes, Vega and Arbalest already have them in their inventory. It should be a striking rune for each of them.
I'll just toss them at Vega. Here you go. I don't want them.
Thank you.
One day I might try to stab things. We'll see.
I'm sure you can.
I mean,
as long as you don't use those weird daggers that keep people alive.
I mean, they probably have some use.
No, please no.
What do you mean? What's wrong with flesh daggers?
They're evil.
They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them at all.
We shall see.
We'll see.
As you are discussing flesh daggers and things of that nature, deciding to take this book with you, behind you, Vega, you can hear one of the skeletons that you felled not too long ago rattle. And Kane, you see it stand or push itself up to look towards your group after it, recombobulates itself.
Can I approach it and grab it by its neck bone?
While it's pulling itself together, sure.
Hey, thought we crushed you.
The head is not necessarily facing you, but the ceiling, and as it wriggles a few times, you can hear some of the bones clacking into place. The head does the very same and snaps in your direction, Vega. It pauses for a moment. You can tell it is surveying its surroundings, and there's something about this serene nature of the body that you did not sense before. Prior, it was more jittery, looking through the books, chatty.
Oh no, this is our guest, isn't it?
And as it sets its sight on you, it indeed says, "Hello."
Oh, hello.
I believe you found the book I was looking for.
Yeah, do you want it?
Very much so, yes.
What for?
It belonged to my father. One of the hands stretches out and points to the book. Please look to the back. You will find a Garum Karlstedt.
I will motion over to Kane, because I assume I left the book over there.
I will hand you the book, I guess.
Sure, I'll flip it over. Making sure to keep it out of reach of the skeleton's hands, by the way.
All right, dual-wielding skeleton neck and book. You're able to flip to the back fairly easily, Vega. And yes, you indeed see a signature that could read as Garum Karlstedt.
How old does this book look?
It's definitely a bit weathered, yeah. It's seen its years.
I'm sorry. How old are you supposed to be?
Are you referring to me or the book?
You.
Unfortunately, I do not remember. Not that it is important to our current conversation.
Wait, does that mean you're a zombie too?
I mean,
that entirely...
they're talking out of a skeleton, so...
It's possessed. That doesn't mean she's actually a zombie. I thought she was a living person, but I'm having second thoughts.
Are you asking if I'm living or if I am what you call a zombie?
That is correct. Yes. Are you alive or dead? Or re-alive?
The latter.
Real life.
The latter would be most accurate, yes.
How did you get back?
That is a wonderful question. One that I am looking into every day, but currently it is not the subject of my inquiry. That book was taken from me and my family.
Well, I'm into finders keepers.
True, but I do believe one of my little friends had it first. I do not mind that you butt heads with them, as they are merely looking for things for me. I asked you to stay out of things, and I don't entirely mind you rubbing your nose in places it might not belong, but that I do mind and would like back very much.
If you had been a bit more calm in your search, I'd be willing to hand this over, but you're hurting innocence. I can't do it.
Oh?
That's right, all these villages that are getting mauled.
My sincerest apologies. If you were to hand me over that book, and I promised to stop, would you?
I will contemplate for a second.
Didn't we already have them basically say something similar?
Something like that? But the book wasn't part of the question before. Okay, my notes say written in common, but still somehow incomprehensible. So I have no idea what the book is about, right?
You have no idea. None of it makes any sense. Magic mumbo jumbo.
Could I try to read it?
You can try to read it as she's flipping through it, but on first blush, Kane, it is also magic mumbo jumbo to you.
Oh, good.
You would definitely need
Or
time,
it's magic mumbo jumbo.
and even given time, it might still be just completely outside your wheelhouse.
Hmm.
What exactly do you intend to do with the info in this book?
Firstly, return it to its rightful owner. Unfortunately, my father is passed. He was chastised for looking into things, for being too knowledgeable, apparently. I'm attempting to right that wrong, return the book to myself, and finish his research.
I'll tell you what. We'll consider. Let's talk again in 3 days.
And where shall you hold the item for 3 days?
Don't know. I won't hurt it if that's what you're worried about.
It'll be fine.
I'm not entirely sure how much I can trust you, unfortunately. You see, the only item that I need is currently in front of me. I've been looking for it for quite some time, and I would very much like it.
Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure that you're gonna keep your word after the fact either. So 3 days or never.
Are you going to bring it back to Stone Crab?
There's a closer village we can bring it to, right? Where the zombies are hanging out.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I just wouldn't
Let's say.
tell them where we're bringing it.
Oh yeah, I can do that. You can hop into any zombie anytime, right? Can't I just drop it off at someone nearby?
May I ask what you plan to do with it for 3 days?
Learn more about it?
Interesting. And what would you do with the knowledge? I'm not sure you could understand it, no offense, of course.
None taken. I don't know. I
Depends
just
Well,
what's in
that
it.
depends on what it does, doesn't it?
yeah. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Well, unfortunately for you, it is merely a piece of a puzzle. You can see upon the cover, that is Volume 2. I currently have Volume 1, and there are many other little pieces that can all be combined to, well, finish my father's research and, well, finish what he was looking into. As I mentioned, he was stopped.
Well, if this is something you are looking after, can you share with us what he was trying to find out?
Only if you promise to give me the book now.
No.
It's a bit of a pickle, isn't it? If we can't determine it's bad or good, can hardly promise it to you.
Can you define bad or good?
Well, will it kill all life on Earth? Stuff like that, you know.
No, it will not. In fact, it shouldn't hurt anyone, to my knowledge. Anyone that matters, at least. None of you,
Oh,
no one in your town, no creatures or anything of that nature.
Oh, you do make a good sport of wording it just wrong, honestly.
yeah.
Apologies there, I've not spoken with, let's say, regular folk in quite some time.
Could you give us a general description of the people that would be hurt by it?
I wouldn't necessarily refer to them as people, but I'm sure you've run into them before. Whether you travel by boat or things of that nature. the little flitting, fiery, windy beasts that, to my knowledge, have been wreaking havoc as of recently.
The elementals?
The elementals.
Correct, yes.
So what is it made to murder them or something?
Oh, not made to murder them. No. It will not entirely be clear within that novel, but I will let you know that their life force, their whatever makes them tick, is able to power a certain magic that my father was interested in. One that was given to him. He was not able to bring it to fruition, of course, and I would like to finish this. Primarily because, well, I'm sure you could understand. When someone tells you no, it makes you want to do it all the more, correct?
Oh, yes.
Well, the church said no. The strong arms behind the church said no. And my father was taken away. I never saw him again after that, and I'm quite aware of what they most likely did to him. Time passed. The more I looked into it, the more I realized how unfair things are. And now, not entirely knowing how much time has passed, not that it's entirely irrelevant to me, but I believe the same voice that spoke to my father speaks to me now. There is something they don't want you to know, and I want to know it. Simple as that.
What voice? I'm hearing people talk about voices a lot lately.
Oh, that seems troublesome. I would say it's the voice of the gods, but, well, I do believe they are my number one obstacle as of currently, so I do not believe the gods are speaking to me. At first, I indeed thought it was them. Maybe they determined, for whatever reason, I was worthy. Not entirely sure. I initially thought it was Arius, sharing his magic and knowledge with me, but no, it was not the case. In fact, it spoke quite poorly of him, saying how he's keeping this information to himself. Quite rude.
And what is he the god of, if we know? Assuming we would know.
Yeah, basically overall magic, knowledge, things of that nature.
Okay.
Do we know if he's enemies with another god?
Not necessarily, no. For the most part, the major deities do not bicker or fight in any way. The only time people have heard of deities either falling or things happening is when the sub-deities either do not fulfill whatever their contract is. So, if you were a god of gambling or oaths or what have you, and you basically don't god properly, yeah, it's been said that they have fallen, names have changed, but this is very, very rare.
I don't like any of this.
Yeah, this seems a little, messing with gods, geez.
I mean, I don't really care about that. The only thing I heard is that she does speak some truth, and we've seen it. The elemental planes have been in disarray. They've been closer to this realm than they used to be, from my memories at least. There's not a chance in hell that, the invasion in the town would have been possible back then.
And have we heard rumors of elementals acting up or acting strangely?
They have been, yes, and it's only getting worse.
Well, it's a gamble.
Hmm.
I guess at this point we're at a standstill. We could, find someone neutral who can fill us in and break the deal.
I want to give the book to, what's his face? Archwitcher.
Arthur the Archwitcher?
Yeah, I want him to at least look over it, which is why I asked for 3 days.
Can we make it back in 3 days?
I say you need to speed run your way back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is he not trying to teleport to us or something? Or do we actually have to run?
At least meet us halfway.
You can talk to him, anywhere you want to. So yeah, he can come to you if that's what you're insinuating.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He can't see through that thing, right? The device?
Not to your knowledge, no. He can only hear.
No.
It sends it basically, and it hits his pager, and then when he answers it, he hears you.
I was also thinking 3 days because I don't want to make her wait too long if we're actually going to give it to her.
Like I was thinking maybe there's a way to verify with Arthur right now, real quick, if we can trust her. Like if he knows the name or something.
Was there a limit on the number of words we could send?
If all you're trying to do
once a day, right?
Yeah, it's not a horribly strict amount. So if you're just trying to say, hey, we found a book with blank in it, should we trust it giving it to someone? Or if that's basically what you're trying to ask, you can do that.
Yeah. Or do you know this person? His daughter is trying to reclaim his research. Should we trust her?
Sure. Can I Can I say, excuse me for a moment, drop her and quickly walk away, pull out the speed thing and ask that question? And also follow it up with, come look at this book if you're interested, please.
I'm staring at it from the balcony and I can read it just fine. What do you mean?
As you're saying all that and kind of shoot off, you dig through your bag to find the Stone of Far Speech, Vega, and the skeleton rights itself and takes a few steps forward, asking, "May I inquire what you are doing? Is this a yes or a no?
My deal of 3 days still stands.
And what are you doing now, precisely?"
Calling an
Speaking
expert.
to our boss, I guess.
Understood. The skeleton sits and waits, watching you. You send your message quickly, Vega, and a few moments later, you're basically saying, "We found this book, this person wants it, and when's the soonest you can get here?"
Yes.
Excellent.
I will emphasize with lots of pleases.
And will he pop up right where we're standing right now?
Please hurry, this is time sensitive.
Reasonable. You're able to send this without any issue, and it, as per usual, takes a moment for it to respond. The skeleton is watching. You hear various things moving around outside as we've been talking with it for quite some time. And then there's the natural response time. And you hear a humming coming from it, signifying that you have indeed received your answer. Does it read it out loud? I forgot exactly how it works.
Is it on one of us?
You did that, right?
Is it like sending from 5e or is it different?
It's very similar, so I forgot if you just know by touching it or if you know by... Because it's a spell, basically.
Sending in 5e is like into your head, but the sending stone, I think the stuff comes out of it, so I don't know.
Yeah. So it's definitely a little different. We'll say the message is then brought straight to you, Vega, as you are indeed the one holding the stone. And you receive the answer that maybe you were looking for. First and foremost, he says, "Yes, I can be there within the day, if you'd like. By nightfall, stone crab, question mark. And then under that, no, do not give the book to anyone."
Okay, I'll turn around and say, my expert is very interested, so 2 days, and we'll let you know our answer.
I mean, we can bring her with us.
I would rather
Take the
not.
skeleton. I don't know about
I mean,
that.
just, rip off the head, take the skull with
Hey,
us.
She can also hop by whenever she wants. It's kind of pointless.
Yeah,
But taking a skull with us is easy. Well, she could just pop into there.
I
Who
guess.
knows? Maybe
I-
Arthur wants to talk to her.
But we don't know if they can like track the skeleton or something. We don't want them to like come running after us.
Yeah, I
I'm
really
pretty sure-
don't.
I'm pretty sure they know where Stone Crab is, honestly.
Well, we didn't exactly say we're taking it there. Could go somewhere.
That's true.
Upon saying 2 days and mentioning this expert that's interested, the skeleton somehow looks distraught. And she says, "No. You see, it was experts that allegedly knew better than my father and stripped him of his right to exist."
From the church, right?
Correct.
Yes, ours is not affiliated with the church.
This guy's definitely not affiliated with the church.
I do not want anyone, any expert that thinks they know better, looking at that. You'll have to understand. If your expert determines I should not have the book, will you deny me?
Probably, yes.
Then I'll have to say no deal.
All right, guess we're leaving.
Smash the skull in.
Yep, time to go.
Do you actually smash the skeleton?
Are you gonna beat me to it, Kane?
I mean, I have a staff. I will whack it on the head.
Fine with me. We need to lose her for 2 seconds.
All right, as she says, no deal, and Vega kind of stuffs the book away, and the stone, Kane, you walk up and smash it on the skull with your staff, it shattering it. And then from behind you, Arbalist, you hear a voice ring out saying, "That really is a shame."
Are we going out the same way we came in?
Probably.
All right, I will start dashing up the stairs.
It is time to leave as fast as possible.
All right, we're going out the same window?
Assuming there aren't zombies hanging out at the bottom of it.
As these two are running up the stairs, I'm gonna pick up one of the skulls and, whisper into it. I understand your distrust of the church, really, truly, I do. But sometimes you have to find allies, even if you don't want to. And then I'll throw the skull away.
Squish that one too.
Sure.
You do
I
feel
struggled
as,
off of that.
yeah, you do feel as if it was listening to what you said. It does not respond, though, but part of it was thinking, I will ask you, by the way, Arbalist, In the time they had that conversation, would you have been nursing your wounds?
If I had the time, probably I could have.
Yes, they were talking for quite some time, so you definitely would have that.
Yeah.
You can just throw the roll out there because it will always succeed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw out a heal on Flint as well then.
Yep, you can just do the medical check. I'll just heal him to full. You basically can't fail that because your heal is quite potent now. Your group moves up to the top. You have somewhat fixed your wounds, Arbalist. And by this point, you guys do indeed hear a rustling and a ruffling coming from outside. First and foremost, you see a very large, dopey-looking creature looking about, moving things, and just kind of, in general, trying to find where something is, but it's intentionally staying by this window. There is indeed another window on the other side that you guys would have been aware of, and it's also looking over there. You see two large ones, and there are a few small ones kind of farting about. You do believe they are aware of where you guys are, as you can hear things scratching up against the door. In fact, you see some other smaller, probably less intelligent beings slowly unlocking the large door. They're just pulling bricks away and barrels away one at a time.
All right, so do we have any big distractions?
I don't have a distraction, but I have a worse idea.
I could start killing them for XP.
You could give me the book and I can turn into like a rat or something and try to sneak away. Then it would
dear God. Can you even carry the book as a rat?
It's not carry, it would just disappear along with the rest of my stuff when I turn into a rat and then come back when I'm done.
As he says that out loud, I'm going to take a quick look around and see if any skulls are listening in.
As you guys mentioned before, there are literally too many skulls in this room. I mentioned they were almost like up to your ankles. It's anything you guys say is going to be heard. And if you go around smashing all the skulls, they'll be 100% in the door by then. You also are somewhat aware they do know you're in this building, 100%. And what I have on the map here, there are more than this moving around. In terms of like combat proficient, I'm only having these.
Well, there goes that idea.
They very much know you're here. Oh, side note, add a hero point. One day I'll merit the top of session to say that.
It's fine. I usually expect to be capped every session, but I actually had a slot open. It's a miracle.
So is this the best window to climb out of, or do we gotta go around?
In terms of what makes the most logical sense, they're all fairly even, but this is the fastest way out. If you go out the other windows, you're going to be going further into the city. Also, as mentioned before, you hear shit moving all around you guys.
All right. I vote for hopping down. How do we get up here in the first place?
Are these just like big zombies?
Shows grappling hook. I could try to make a line to the other building.
You trust your tightrope skills?
I do.
I mean, I'm sure mine are great, but I don't know about Kane over here.
Oh, what?
Wait, how are your tightrope skills as a rat?
Probably better.
I don't think so.
I mean, depending on the angle, we can just, glide down.
Acrobatics and stealth modifiers of +10 unless your own modifier is higher, assuming it takes acrobatics or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I assume we can, if we do a low angle one, we can slide down the rope like a...
Zipline it.
Zipline, yeah.
Oh,
does that require any kind of check?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, you would need something to ride the zipline down.
Yeah.
And I would say,
I would say after you fire it, I will require a check from everyone, but because what you're doing is simple, it's a very low check. Basically, we're ensuring you don't critically fail. That's it.
Yeah, let's do it. We're too high up to just jump, so...
Yeah, the risk will be low, basically.
Yeah. Like we are currently like 20 feet up, I believe it was.
About that, yeah.
Yeah, and I think my zip line is like 100 feet, so we can get some distance. I'm sure we can zip over the big one at least.
So we can zip line as far away as possible, and then I can give us more speed to run further.
Sure. And if things get dicey, I think Vega still has the potion, right?
Which potion?
Yes, the run potion.
The potion of running very fast.
I still want to say give me the book just in case, because rat, but also I'm like the weakest health-wise. So if I get knocked down, then it's just gone.
I mean, I'm also thinking I could give you the book, you can shrink down, and then you could hop, I don't know, in my bag or on my shoulder.
You can hop on Flint again.
I don't think I want to hop on Flint again.
I can actually command him this time, so he can move 80 feet.
Oh, true. Sure, we can just go with that, I guess.
Okay. Being able to shoot your hook shot relatively far away, you guys are good about 50, 60 feet from where you guys currently are. It'll be mostly safe. No matter where you land, something will be near you. There's no openly safe spot because, like I said, the everything's kind of congregated to this point, unfortunately. But shooting further away is much, much safer. There will be far fewer zombies to deal with.
All right, let's go.
Alrighty.
I guess I'm turning into a rat.
Are you doing that first, or are you going to try to? Because oh god, how do we get Flint down?
He has a harness. I can hook him up.
Yeah, I guess we can carry him. Carry him, kind of hold him there. Are you wanting to turn to rat first, Kane, or see how things play out, then turn to rat?
I guess see how things turn out.
Okay, I'm only asking
Use
because
it as an emergency.
Yeah, I'm only asking because you're almost guaranteed going to run into something, and if you're in rat mode, I don't want you to waste it. So, and the thing is, Kane knows this. You can see there's shit everywhere. So
I'll
who's
use
going
it
first?
in emergencies.
Dibs.
alrighty, throw me out some acrobatics. All right, 16, 14, 23. Like I said, this will be very simple because the test is relatively straightforward. So fortunately, your group is able to, we'll say you guys shoot forward to about here or so. You hook onto, about here-ish. You guys are able to shoot it out with little problems, 6 into the building, and you jump free. It's a little dicey for a moment for Kane, but you are able to maintain your balance as you slide down using whatever, gloves. That doesn't really matter too much. The distance isn't crazy far. And fortunately, your arbalist shot true, so the hook shot holds where we need it to. It is kind of unraveled, not looking too great right now, but it is just a rope, so who cares too much.
I'm just going to leave it behind anyway, so.
Yeah, as you guys are running and doing your thing, obviously you are instantly seen. They look straight up after hearing it fire off, and then you guys go down. So let me move some nerds around real quick. We'll say ignore the ones at the top. They're kind of just extra dumb looking for extra shit. And as you guys move this way, one of the ones that you instantly noticed was one that you have indeed run into before. It doesn't entirely look like it is locomoting on its own will, I guess. And you can definitely sense there's other ones somewhere nearby. You don't precisely see them. You can sense that there's something else watching you from the shadows. By this point, though, the enemy very clearly means you violence. So let's roll those danger die, yes?
I'm gonna do the thing.
Do the thing, my friend.
I did the thing. 27 initiative. I'm assuming the plan is to just keep running and not fight.
I'll also let each of you move about 5 or so feet from where you currently are to better establish where you'd like to stand.
Oh, I still had Scout on. Is that still on?
I would like to be further this way, away from the big boy.
Yes, Scout would still be on, so I'll actually move some of you guys around in terms of initiative. Alrighty. We see the very obvious zombie brute to our right, and the parasitic husk that we run into before to our left, and we can then sense 2 more things moving about somewhere in the shadows, possibly in one of these buildings. And it's sniffing y'all out.
I turn around, I'm just plans to run, yes, not fighting?
Maybe clear the way a bit.
I like the fight.
Okay. I just don't want to be...
Do it for the XP. Do it for the XP.
You don't want to
yeah.
what?
I don't want to get 40 zombies around us because we took too long, but sure.
Let's just not miss.
If you have anything that's 1 action, that's fine, probably. I'm not sure you do.
Yeah, if you guys are in danger of being surrounded, or if something's taking too long, I will put a timer on. I will very much let you guys know that is a problem. Currently, you guys kind of caught them off guard, so there are very few here.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we can murder a little bit. That's fine.
Which way do we want to go, by the way? Left or right?
I'd say away from the big boy, but Vega's gonna run after the big boy.
You are correct.
I mean, the other one is more dangerous because it can infect you.
Yes, I suggest we keep that
true.
one at range. Our bliss, that's on you.
Sure.
Well...
You do realize that's 3 of my actions, right?
What? No, just shoot it from afar.
Yeah, that's 2 actions, shooting and reloading.
I believe in you. Your crits are big.
And then I have to move Flint as well.
It's fine. I'll help deal with it. I'll use my...
That's fine.
No, I'm doing it. I'm using my triple.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't let it get close to us.
I mean, it's a zombie.
All right, going for the triple blast.
Yeah. Keep having to scroll up to do another attack.
Hey, throw one's a crit. There we go. Alrighty, 3 quick blasts. The last one being a crit. You absolutely annihilate this thing. One of its arms is torn off, the flesh burnt as you see worms begin to pour out of its body and out of the arm as it starts to crawl towards you and then cease its actions.
Wouldn't the last one do 40? It doesn't roll crit automatically.
Oh, it doesn't. So you absolutely annihilate this thing, Kane. It's not completely dead, but it's not looking good.
All right, good luck, Vega.
Thank you.
All right, Vega, you can very much tell the one to its left is on its last legs. The one on the right looks a little bit more firm.
Yeah, I'm not going after the weak, scary one.
You still feel like you're being watched.
I like being watched.
I don't.
I would like to summon my special thing.
You have to be more
special thing.
more specific there.
You mean you're
Special
going to
boy.
pull out your weapon, or are you going to activate your weapon?
I'm going to activate my weapon.
Okay.
Is it once per day you can do that, or?
Oh yeah, I think
my
that's.
God.
Did I do it already?
What's per
I think you did it last fight.
I think you did it last fight, yeah.
Then never mind. Look, it's
I'm
been
not sure
three.
she
It's
did,
been
actually.
3 weeks since our last session. I can't remember.
Regardless,
That's fair.
it's entirely up to you, Vega, if you want to. Remember, you always have the weapon, period, regardless.
All right. Dash.
And rage is always not free, but, you know,
It's supposed to be free.
if you get hit.
Freeant.
All right, as you dash, please go ahead and make a fortitude save for me.
Stench, huh?
You move in and smell an absolutely horrid stench. Fortunately, with the 24, it does not seem to affect you.
Should have pinched your nose.
Oh, I should have tried tripping this sucker beforehand, huh?
All right, you strike it with your first blow, dealing somewhat extra damage. Your bladed weapon seems very effective against this thing. What was your last action? You tripping it as your final action?
Yeah.
All right, that is... looks like a success. Yes, it does. All right. You then knock it prone after rushing in and giving it the good old slap. Being quite large, it falls downward onto its ass and the ground shakes a bit. After this happens...
Wait, the ground or its ass?
Both.
Okay.
What little remains of
know.
its ass jiggles.
Oh,
You hear a whistling coming from one of these closed buildings as suddenly a door is ripped open and a fiend wielding a blade reveals itself.
oh, good.
It flings itself towards you, Mr. Kane.
What if you didn't, though?
Let me consult my maybe don't do this.
Book of Hauntings.
Precisely. And let's see. He is going to go for, you know what? Why not? We'll give it a shot. All right. Moving in very quickly, he attempts to knock you on your ass, Kane, but you just barely make it. And as its second move, it'll flip the weapon in its hands and attempt to lash out at you.
Please don't. Okay. Rude.
Incredibly rude.
Ooh, spooky.
Go ahead and make me a fortitude save, please, and thank you.
Oh, good.
Hey, I mean, worst case scenario, you die.
Indeed. Question, can you see either of those saves in the chat for his attack, or no?
I see no saves.
All right, perfect. Roll me 2, actually. There are
Ooh, oh, boy.
There are 2 separate effects. You succeeded the first one.
Oh,
You
good.
did not succeed the second one,
Mhm.
unfortunately. As it strikes you, something ripples through your body. Are you going to re-roll, or?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
There we go.
Excellent. With a
Oh my God,
24, you feel a shocking sensation, almost a numbing sensation, run through your arm where you were struck, Kane, but you're able to hold firm and you are not affected by this. As that is happening, the very, very, very dead-looking, unfortunate worm beast looks towards you all and just begins to fling its body at you.
Please don't.
Didn't kill it hard enough.
I tried, okay?
You tried very valiantly, I know.
I got a crit. Good enough.
Alrighty, unfortunately, Kane, you were indeed the closest.
Oh, boy. I can't wait to get infected.
You'll be fine.
And as it moves towards you, one of its fists shoots out towards you, indeed striking you.
No, my knees.
You won't be fine.
More know the rest of your body as the fist goes out and strikes very firmly. The fingers flip and almost break backwards as you hear a cracking, grinding sound, and they somehow grab onto the robes that you are wearing and hold you firm. You attempt to wriggle and get out to the best of your ability, but you are unable to do so.
Oh, good.
All right, Arbalist, starting in the stink, good sir.
Well, I was going to help Vega, but
I am in need of assistance.
If you could roll me the fortitude save first.
all right, I'm going to stink.
Do you want...
Is Flint also going to stink?
He wasn't initially. He theoretically
Now
could have
he
moved
is.
around it if you wanted him to. The stink is specifically, you can tell.
Well, depends. Where's the stink coming from? From the ghast or the zombie?
You can tell it's coming from the ghast. So he was not in the stink before.
Then he probably would have walked the other way around.
Yeah, so if you want him to go like the long way around, he very much can.
Yeah.
That leaves him in the stink right there.
Does it?
It's a wide stink.
Well, too bad. He's going to stay in the stink then.
Okay. So go ahead and do
He
that.
needs to be here for reasons.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and do a fort save for both you and Dogboy.
Okay. Is this a disease, poison, or radiation effect for my resistances?
I do not believe so. All right, 2 successes. You both were able to get by. It
All right.
smells, but not that bad, apparently.
Well, Flint moved, so he's going to try to kill the other one. Just for effect, I will mark this as my target, just in case.
Which one?
The zombie.
Okay.
Just for the extra oomph. For 13 damage.
Hey, Mr. Kane, you happen to be flanking with the dog. Congratulations. And with that, Flint is able to rip into this thing, severing it from behind the knee, causing it to fall and release the grapple on Kane.
Good.
Oh, good.
That's one problem solved.
I can run away.
1 action left. I'm going to smack this boy, I think. Because I don't want to use my ammo just yet. Should I? No, I'm just going to snow.
Ooh.
Critically, apparently.
Like I said, I believe in your luck.
You shouldn't believe in mine, though.
Oh, I again
I
rolled a 1 on the damage die on a crit.
Yes.
Not great, but you do smash it across the head, and you actually leave it relatively injured.
Is this ghast a ghost of any kind?
No.
Too bad. Oh, well, that's my turn.
Alrighty, Vega, you now begin to hear something stirring from behind you.
Oh, look, there's another one.
Oh, good.
And oh no, there is indeed another one. It will move into position, seeming to have cornered you, and attempt to strike you in the same way that it did Mr. Kane. Oh, misses
horribly.
the spy, actually. Should be flying, so that actually does hit. Dead on, actually. For next to no damage.
Ow, bastard! I rage.
Engie.
God, I definitely need to make a barbarian that's literally that anky.
The Wounded Rage. All right, and on top of that, if you could also make me 2 separate fortitude saves. Oh, a 26! All right, 12. Not as good. So the second effect will indeed run its course through you. Not as bad, fortunately. You feel your body begin to slightly grow numb, as you have 1 stack of paralyze now affecting you. You are flat-footed, and apparently, old lightning eyes, you look pretty dope. Not gonna lie. It will then switch to its claw and strike out with that as well. Also hitting. All right, the creature thinks it has you cornered, begins to cackle to itself as the very large brute that you recently knocked over will spend one of its actions to stand and spend its final remaining action to just nice and simply, arms in the air, it groans as it brings them down on top of you, Vega.
Goodbye.
Plus 13.
Plus 13, striking you.
I mean, that isn't too bad for our level.
It only crit because of the flanking.
Spicy. Ooh.
So it both strikes you, and it can push you back if it wants to. It chooses not to do that, and instead you are just struck, Vega. It begins to cackle to itself as the two of them very much think they have you right where they want you.
They kind of do, so...
This is unfortunate. Is the plan to leave now? As I don't like it here anymore.
I mean, we could run, but I'm going to assume that at least the big guy is going to attack of opportunity.
Well, I think running's probably a good idea anyways.
Probably. I mean,
Vega can dodge, right?
Totally.
Surely we won't die.
Alright, well, everyone, including Flint, gets this.
I actually forgot.
Flint doesn't get that.
Apologies.
Oh, wait, no, I can't give it to Flint. Oh, yeah.
Correct. It's not an action. Prior to you doing that, when the dog bit into the big fat boy, it was supposed to do something as a reaction for its final action. It's got this. Yes. Only Kane and Flint.
Oh.
And my boy. All right, he succeeds.
Oh, no.
All
I'm ready to
creatures.
use another
roll.
point.
You know what? I'm gonna
Never
roll that.
You want to re-roll for Flint?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. All right, a success for everyone.
Ow. Yeah, it's run time.
All right, everyone will be receiving half that damage, which is only 4. It explodes, firing worms everywhere. Its tiny fangs attempt to burrow into your flesh, but you're able to scrape and smack most of them off. I will say, in terms of, I guess, them being formidable, Vega, when you struck the large one, it seemed much weaker than you were expecting. and the one behind you, near you, Kane, still alive. While it seems to strike hard, it doesn't really seem tanky. I guess we're going to use that term. And you can tell this upon striking them.
Does it sound like things are gonna starting to close in on us at this point?
No, you guys very much have time.
It has been 12 whole seconds, so you know.
Yeah.
Well, time.
Yeah, so this one round, nothing happened. After this next round, things might notice where you guys are.
I don't remember if I used my drain bonded item last time.
I don't either. I want to say no, probably not, because you guys only really got like one fight, so you have plenty of spell slots, so probably not.
Okay, then I'm going to not do that. You can kill this one, right, Arbalist?
Sure, if you flank it.
If I flank it, but I need all 3 actions.
Too bad. I'll flank it with Flint. It's fine.
Okay, well, I'm gonna.
Waifu, but...
I'm going to attempt to help her. I'm going to drain my bonded item then and use Scorching Ray again. Unless, does drain bonded item take a action?
That's a free action.
Is it hollow?
Well, then I will do that, and I will start blasting the person behind Vega. It just, please die.
Okay.
Please die.
Hold up.
Okay.
Allow me to apply the damage one at a time, because the first one's going to kill it.
Oh.
Yes. Your initial blast fills its skull with flame. Vega, you see its eyes alight as its head erupts, and its body falls into a pile of gore.
All right, well, I guess I can redirect the other 2.
Indeed.
I guess I'll send that second one at this boy.
Okay.
For the 11. Oh, no damage. He loves taking no damage.
Oh, there we go. That's why.
Oh no, it's resistant to fire damage.
Because the old one was targeted. All right. You strike this one next to you as you quickly whip to your side, Kane. You do not feel it in a single blow, but you can tell it's on its final legs.
I need it dead, so good luck, Vega. I believe in you.
Okay.
I believe in you. Just don't die.
All right, and another Kane.
That's a lot of health.
You're able to down both of them on your turn.
I would like to not be here anymore.
They both explode for 5,000 damage.
All right, fortunately, these do not explode.
We all die.
Damn.
All right, awkwardly. Let me read something real quick, because paralyzed is not great.
Wait, who's paralyzed?
Oh, you're paralyzed.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I'm paralyzed.
Oh.
I did not know you were paralyzed. I missed that part.
Oh dear.
Yes. That's very bad.
Good luck, I guess.
I mean, if that con goes off, I'm pretty sure you, like, straight up get crit or something?
Not necessarily. She's just flat-footed. Basically, you can think, and that's about it.
Flat-footed?
You can think.
Yes, you can think and do
definitely nerf that.
most mental activities. Correct. Yes. So, Vega, at the end of your turn, unfortunately, unless you want to do something actually, yeah, you have 3 actions. So it says while you are paralyzed, you can't act except to recall knowledge and use things of that nature. So if you want, I don't think you can recall knowledge because that's focusing and you are currently raging. Anything that requires thought, you can give it a nasty look, I would say.
If you had telekinesis, you could do something, probably.
Yes,
Is this footage save to not be...
It's to remove it, correct, at the end of your turn. All right, that will indeed remove it. You're able to shake free. You are still raging, but unfortunately that is indeed the end of your turn as we now move to Arbalist.
Well, I'm just gonna, I don't know, target this guy as my prey. Alright, Flint will bite.
Nice! Good positioning.
Definitely. That would not have been a hit otherwise. I have 2 actions left. That's interesting.
Did you want to mark the zombie?
Alright, I want to mark, so that's 1 action left. Yeah, okay. My bad.
All good?
I forgot about that.
Still checking?
I luckily don't need to reload, so I'm gonna shoot it, I guess.
Excellent.
Wow, 9 entire damage.
All right, well, it is not downed. You have most assuredly injured it greatly.
Now it's going to injure Vega greatly.
It's going to attempt to. It's going to begin to flail as it first swings at the dog, and then it's going to swing at Vega. Fist 1, misses. Fist 2, barely misses. Well, misses by a lot, actually. Sorry. It almost critically missed.
Oh, good thing you're no longer paralyzed, otherwise that would have hit.
Indeed, as it begins to kind of flail and fling itself about, it misses both of its targets. Kane, what say you, good sir?
I still don't like it here.
It's definitely on its last legs. All of you get to do something, and after this round, yes, things will begin to move towards you. You can hear the alleyway to your north, things are getting knocked over. You can hear groaning.
You can start running.
Start running? All right, good luck. And I'm going to double run this way.
Okay. You can keep you can keep your token where it is. We'll just say we're in run mode, basically.
Okay.
I
am in big run mode.
Yeah, we're not surrounded by anything. We don't need to worry about their positioning. Basically, just let me know that you are currently running. So Kane, cast spell, runs once, runs twice. Vega.
Everyone else has that except for Flint, unfortunately.
I mean, it's fine. Flint is fast. It's just that he only can take 2 actions.
Trip? Or he's super dead or close to dead?
So fortunately, you're flanked with Flint. You don't need to trip.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting.
You can also put your finger over the token to see how close it is to dead.
Swack?
I mean, you can trip if you don't believe.
Critical hit. There you go. All right. I don't think I need to tell you that would have potentially done a lot of damage. It doesn't have enough health to receive this hit, as it was weak to both your slashing and your wonderful, wonderful rage essence, Vega. You strike into this thing, your blade sinking into its shoulder, and you're able to sever it in twain down to its hip. As it is falling, the eyes lock on you before its body strikes the floor, and it says, "You have made a mistake."
Yeah, I'm sure I have, and dash away.
I mean, we only asked for 2 days.
Yeah, 2 freaking days.
As its body falls, you guys see for a brief moment you indeed have a window of opportunity. I assume we all run the same direction?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna run because that's the way I'm going anyway.
Yeah, I was going to do it the same way.
I only started running the other way because Big Boy was there. We can all run
Fair.
together.
Sounds good. You guys are able to reconvene at your earliest moment of, "Hi, friends, how are we doing?" And fortunately, it does indeed take some sprinting and some running. Many things are attempting to catch up to you, but thanks to your grappling hook shenanigans, you guys were able to see, at least from a distance, a relatively safe path that you're all able to take. We were able to obviously get our breath as well while we're inside the library, so we're not horribly winded, but you can tell that enemies were right behind you. Fortunately, we are indeed able to escape this city. Although it does indeed take some time. There are a few stragglers. By the time we hit the city gates, many beasted creatures are crashing into various crates that have fallen over, jumping out of windows, things of that nature. They seem as if they do not care one iota for their own bodies as they tear themselves asunder, running straight towards you. Limbs are lost, bowels are cut open and strung on poles made of metal and wood and things of that nature. They trip over each other, running, but to no avail.
I mean, I'm gonna say slightly louder than I probably should so that they can hear me. Like, we aren't gonna go to Stone Crab, right?
We're going back to the main town. Well, what's our main home base called?
Stone Crab, right?
Then yeah, that's where we're supposed to meet Arthur.
No. He asked the question if that's where we want to meet, but do we want to bring the book there, knowing that the horde will follow?
Probably not.
Like, we can...
How long is it till the time he said he'd be there?
Nightfall.
Like, we could meet up at the other base, where we fought the whatever the hell he was guy.
Well, one of us needs to go to Stonecrab to tell Arthur where we went.
We can send a message, I guess. I can have Flint send a message if we want to.
Have Flint run over there.
Yeah, I mean, I still have that artifact for delivering speeches and messages. So what's
That's
it called?
Probably
The little
best
face.
because I don't really want to. I don't want to bring a horde there.
Okay, so where are you all intending to actually go then?
My vote is for that hill thing where we fought the doctor.
Oh, the burial mound.
Yeah.
You want to corner us with zombies on our trail?
I mean, it's not really cornering, is it?
I mean, we'd be losing them, I'm assuming.
You are much faster. They cannot keep up.
That's
You
my
guys
word.
will burst out of here, and they're definitely kind of.
I'm definitely not being loud when I say where we're going. We're just saying we are not going to Stone Crab.
We just need a hiding place, basically, that isn't Stone Crab.
Yeah, hold up. You're saying we are not going to Stonecrab out loud?
Yes, because I want them to know that we are not going to Stone Crab.
That's going to tell them to go to Stonecrab anyway.
No. Why
If
would it
my
tell them?
enemy said we're not going to a certain location, I guarantee you would go there.
Up to y'all. Honestly, if you said Arbalest, it's all good. Doesn't matter. Whatever you say,
I mean,
6.
I'm on the assumption that they already know where Stone Crab is and that we come from there.
They
Considering,
100% know where
Yeah,
it
they
is.
already know that part.
Yeah,
I think they would go check it either way, whether we're going there or not.
yeah, but at the very least, we know they won't bring a massive horde. Or at least I assume so. Hope so.
I don't like either of these plans. I'll just follow you guys.
Sure.
Listen, Vega, you're paid to thump, not think.
Right.
Pretty much,
Oh.
yes.
Leave the thinking to me. I've done this stuff plenty of times.
And Flint.
Right.
And Flint. He's a very trained military dog now.
Indeed. And he gives you a look as to say,
Despite
"Vega,
being
trust me."
like 2 years old.
He's wise into his very few years. Don't worry. He's
So
doing his
guess-
best.
I guess we go hide in that other place and send Flint to deliver a message.
All right. What is the message?
I would assume just
I guess
telling
the
him to meet
message
us.
is follow Flint. We are currently in hiding.
And town of Stone Crab, please be warned that a giant zombie horde might be coming for you.
Also that.
All right. As you speak into the small little head, its eyes snap open and it watches you as you give it every direction. As you begin to speak, its lips are slowly moving, mimicking exactly what you're saying, but no sound is escaping its mouth.
Does it like go off at the right person, or does it go off at whoever activated it? I'm not sure.
Go off as in it's played?
Yeah, because it is out loud, I'm pretty sure. But I'm not sure if it goes off like any person who activates it, or...
Correct. Whoever activates it. So basically, Flint will bring it to the appropriate party. He is trained enough to do so, and then he'll be like, no one else touch, you touch.
Sure.
All right, Flint's going to AFK for but a moment. I'm going to heal both Vega and Kane to full, because in this time of you guys jogging, you are naturally just going to heal back to your full values. That was very close there, Vega. Good job not going down.
I know, right? New record for me.
Yeah, you didn't bite
First
it.
time.
Good job. Actually impressed.
It's the new armor, I swear. Wait, did she get new armor? No, I don't remember.
She did, but I don't know if this is the first time she's used it. But we can just say
I think that was a while back, yeah.
possibly, yeah. But it most assuredly helped. Every +1 matters. When you start missing or critting or getting hit by one, you go, damn it. And that sucks. Other than that, the three of you are able to head on over to the burial mound. It was mentioned before that they did indeed send some folk through there to primarily clean it out. It looks different from before, from what you guys can tell. The doors that were knocked down long ago indeed still are, but you can see telltale signs of footprints and steps and things of that nature. Not attempting to hide whatsoever. We know these are people indeed from Stonecrab that moved through trying to find any remaining loot, bodies, things of that nature, cleaning out the area. It definitely still smells, so staying in there might not be the best idea. There's some areas that are less stinky, if you will. But in general, nearby, it is a burial mound. You guys can realistically camp on top or the side. It's big enough that there are areas that you can fairly easily hide, especially with Arbalest's techniques and such.
Yes, my techniques. I definitely have. You just see him start building a massive wall. So did I miss anything in that message? Or is that good enough?
That does indeed look accurate. So it's going to take a moment, obviously, for Flint to travel up, pause, and then travel all the way back with... So are you intending for Flint to come back with anyone or alone? Just basically warning them?
I mean, he's going to find Arthur, at least.
Yeah, I thought we wanted him to
And the
bring
idea
Arthur
is that,
back.
yeah, the idea is that he brings Arthur back to us, basically, and he also makes sure that Arthur warns Stonecrab, because Flint can't speak, so...
Correct. Okay. So we can go in and do
I
that.
could potentially attach a note to him, or if a mission of how things went down and what happened to further explain things, but...
It's past midday, so you guys are basically going to be resting here for some hours. I won't ask you to roll to heal yourself either, Arbalest, as you always succeed, so I'll heal you to full as well. It'll only take you a few rolls to actually do that. We're all now feeling much better. Does anyone have a tent or anything similar to that on them?
No, I don't think so.
Let us see.
Considering they're not expensive, if someone does not have one, we can just say you have one because they are...
I have a bedroll at least, but no tent that I can see.
Close enough. Well, they are cheap, fortunately, so either one of you has one or one of you purchased one in another lifetime. So, yeah, so y'all got bedrolls and such. Not a big deal. Alrighty, in this moment, you guys were able to indeed defeat some more enemies, along with you left in a very unique way. So I'll give you some bonus experience for that. Or I guess you escaped in a very unique way. So that should be 120 experience for everyone, which of course will put you over the line. Make sure you math very carefully. You should have 95 total experience right now, and you'll be level 5.
OMG.
OMG indeed. Alrighty, seeing as it will take a moment for Arthur to return, and for Flint to deliver this note and such, we can essentially lightly pause here and do our quick level 2 5. As you guys will have some hours to just sit here and relax. Of course, if your group wishes to discuss anything, you're more than welcome to do so. Other than that, a very good temporary pause point.
I still need to find one spell.
Level 5 is pretty great because I believe you guys get your first ability boost.
Yes.
I don't have
We
any
also gain
options.
crit
for
effects.
What, Seth?
At least.
I don't have any real options for ancestry feats besides continuing the first one that I took.
That's pretty normal. Ancestry feats aren't super interesting.
I mean, I think mine are pretty interesting. But...
Well, I mean, you're a cool ancestor, so.
Wow.
I mean, none of them really make sense, at least, except for the one that I took originally.
What was the first one you grabbed?
Additional spells,
I forget.
right? Extra spells.
Called
Elven lore for your first one?
Ancestry feat was Wildborn Magic. Oh, wait, no, I did take Elven lore. I didn't put the other one on me. I forgot to drag that in.
Yeah, Wildborn Magic
I had a
is
thing that
under your general
I had a thing
feats.
that gave me an extra one. I forget where that came from.
Now, being at level
Find it
5,
again.
you do have an option between like 8 different ones. I haven't read them all, but
I was at level 3. I got to choose another one.
yeah, level 3, you got to choose a general feat. Unfortunate. There's one that lets you roll initiative a bit better, but you have your weird way of rolling initiative,
Yeah.
which is more a forced effect.
I mean, you told us your magic is like mostly mind-based, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want, you can take Wildborn Adept at level 5. It lets you take Dancing Lights, Disrupt Undead, and Tanglefoot as innate primal spells.
Yeah, that's what I took.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he needs to take Wildborn Magic for that. I thought he said he
I
didn't.
have it.
He has it.
No,
Oh,
I
you
did.
do? Okay, yeah, you
Yeah.
can take that on.
Yeah, he has it under Ancestral Paragon, Wildborn Magic.
Primal innate spells. I already have a thing for that.
You do, I know, right? You can make so many different spell injuries.
Yeah. I think that's nice, though. Those are free, basically, right?
It says and,
yes.
yeah. I was expecting or.
Nope. I thought I read or the first time. I was like, oh, I'll just take like Disrupt Undead because we're fighting undead a lot.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, or's pretty good. Oh, and, okay.
Get all of them.
And if you already have one of them from Wildborn, you can pick another one. And that's useful. Like, Tanglefoot is actually really strong.
I
Well,
already have Tanglefoot.
wait, from Wildborn Magic?
Yeah.
Well, you can pick another one then.
I can pick a new spell for Wildborn Magic. I can pick a new. Wait.
Yeah. If you already have one of those 3 from Wildborn Magic,
Oh, no,
you can pick another one from Wildborn Magic instead.
It's not from Wildborn Magic. It's from just having it. I chose it as one of my original ones. Would it become innate then, or would it stay as a normal prepared arcane one?
I think it would become innate then, right? It would just be better. So you would have no reason to keep that one as a spell.
They're all cantrips, so yeah, you'd put it under innate just to simplify things.
Yeah.
So if you already have one of those, it basically just says you get another cantrip from their primal spell list.
Is the difference with innate that you can't, like, counterspell it or something?
I forgot, but I'll be honest, I'm not going to use counterspell very often because it's really weird in this game. So
Yeah.
also, I'm never going to counterspell any of your cantrips because that's silly. So
What do you mean? Very powerful.
that's
Just become that evil dickhead DM that counterspells your heal.
Oh no. I've done that once and I felt so bad.
Yeah. There's some things where it's like, ha, aw. It worked, but at what
Because
cost?
Power word, heal, counterspell.
No, you don't. Oh, thanks.
It worked, but I feel horrible about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Just use a wish spell to counter any other spell.
Yes, our boosts.
Did I forget to add anything? I don't think so, but... Oh, I need to flinch, that's what I forgot.
I already bumped the 5 for you.
Okay.
But yeah, it should help.
Yes.
So do you know what you're going to be taking, Vega?
I'm still thinking.
Okay. You definitely have some options.
Kind of.
You get an ability boost, ancestry feat, a skill increase, and brutality. Your fury makes your weapons lethal. Your proficiency ranks for simple weapons, martial weapons, and unarmored attacks increase to expert. Hey! While raging, you gain access to the critical specialization effects for melee weapons and unarmed attacks. So only while raging, meaning you want to be raging all the time, you get your critical specialization for your little spear, I think it's considered? Polearm.
And you also gain a +2, well, technically a +3 to your attack from this level up.
Yeah, going up to expert's awesome, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
That's a really big deal.
It's such a massive boost. And
Yeah.
then, well, imagine being a fighter and already having +16 to your attacks.
Oh, fighters are ridiculous.
Yeah. They get effectively, what was it, like a 25% chance to crit normally without any bonuses?
It's quite silly. Yeah, fighters do one thing: they fight.
Yeah, very well. It's kind of painful that they don't have any subclass at all, but I understand why.
Oh yeah, I mean subclasses are basically just what you call it?
Yeah,
Just take some cool dedications.
basically, yeah.
And there are so many you can make your own subclass.
I can't wait to add for them to add more because they keep adding more of them.
So interestingly for you, Vega, you've ignored some of your stats, understandably, to get your wisdom up and also to get your strength up to where it should be. So you'll get an ability increase. So obviously increasing Dex or Con will make your reflex and fortitude better. Increasing charisma will make you screaming at people better. So unfortunately, your build has you going pretty wide, but you got options, so that's nice.
I assume this applies for our hiding from these zombies as well, right? Since we leveled up mid-fight.
Trackless steps. Excellent. I like that. When you move through natural terrain, you're difficult to track. You always gain the benefit of cover track action in such terrains without moving at half your speed. Excellent. Yes. Technically, you got it after you guys rested for some time, but it's perfectly fine. I did mention no roll was required. You guys are just fast enough to get out of the way. So it looks like the two of you are going to boost your primary stat.
I mean, hopefully, right? Surely.
I mean, it looks like it. You got 19. Which they're removing is kind of weird. It's going to be 4.5. It doesn't count the 5.
Yeah.
I much prefer it. I hate the numbers. I despise them. They should not exist at all. So I'm totally cool with it just being you a +3 in strength because the 16 doesn't mean shit. It never matters. It's only kind of weird in this game when you hit a certain level because every boost is a +1, not a +2, which makes sense. I get it. Because your next one will be you'll 20, so you'll go to +5. And of course, there's items and things I can give you guys to boost that faster if I would say, hey, have a free ability increase, which I probably will do. Let me be really, really blunt. I will probably give you guys a random free ability increase if you guys do something extra heroic, or if like for loot, or if I determine like, hey, I just want to give you guys more pluses because I think it's cool. 10.
I don't like any of these ancestry feats.
Okay, you can just pause it and pick one later. Not a huge deal. Are you still deciding on spells for Kane?
Yes, and I am probably just gonna take Fireball because it's Fireball, and then the other one I'm gonna pick a weird one.
Okay. Are there any?
I don't know which weird one I want.
I'm about to say, what are you thinking of? You want to throw them out there and see which one sounds the most wild?
Well, one probably isn't great, and it's uncommon, but Temporal Twin.
Okay.
It's really long.
Are you able to link it?
I can maybe just link it through here.
Jesus Christ.
It is very long. It's also mostly just one extra attack for someone else, basically.
Oh, that one. That's nice. I was reading that one and I was like, huh.
It's a 3rd level for one extra attack. It's not the greatest.
No. I mean, it can be useful if you have like a very hard-hitting extra.
Yeah.
That is so wordy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It is literally just an extra attack.
Pretty much.
Well, no, it's a single action, right? So it can.
Oh,
be...
of course, yeah. So if there's something really weird,
something that they did already.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't moving around, but you don't move too frequently, then you don't get to move. If it's
it's definitely very niche.
Yeah, but say if there's like a weird puzzle where you have to like interact with something, but that's incredibly niche. Like
I don't even think
degree.
it can do that because of the second sentence or the third sentence in the second paragraph, at least. Like it can't do anything intricate.
I don't know, I'm just looking at like time stuff for my second one.
It's very cool for time stuff, yeah. I mean, you could like open a door or something, which is like fine, but that's a level 3 spell?
Yeah, level 3 just to get an extra attack or do something basic.
Yeah, I do like the time thing. Like I said before, I would take spells you know you're going to be using very frequently, and then I would like get wands and scrolls for more weird things. Also, if you take the advanced targeting system, enabling you to aim better in such Arbalist, you can add that as a free spell.
No. All right, because it's, yeah.
Level 1 Arcana innate spell.
I don't need intelligence, right?
No, you do not need intelligence for anything. The most intelligence would do for you is give you more proficiencies, which you definitely don't need.
Does it benefit me to bump up my 18 to a 19?
Not currently. So your options as Vega. So to be like super, super blunt, for how long you plan on playing her, let me double check. I'm just going to say no. The next time you're going to get an ability boost is level 10. So no, don't bother.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You'll probably play a level 10 version of Vega, but you're not playing this current version of Vega to 10. Knowing that, obviously increasing your Dex or Con. Dex or Con will increase your Fortitude and Reflex save. Increasing your Charisma will make you yell at people better. I don't think you use Wisdom for anything, so any of those you want to increase will directly help you. Your reflexes are more safe.
I can increase 4.
Okay.
I thought about using this spell just as a joke, but it would only be used as a joke probably. Or I guess it could get me out of weird situations.
Time jump. What level is that?
It's a 3rd level. Yes, I could use time jump and go prone, and to everyone else, it looks like I just disappeared and ended up on the floor. It has absolutely no use but to confuse people if I use it like that.
I mean, it works, right?
Just 2 free things of movement, but no one else can see me doing the stuff. I just teleport from what they can tell.
Just get yourself a fly speed, and you can randomly appear in the air.
Yes. I'd have to give myself flying first, though, and then do that.
Yeah.
If I even want to take that spell, I still don't know. There's only 3 time spells, really, for 3rd level, and they're all kind of meh.
Yeah, they kept all the cool ones for higher level.
I mean,
I'm trying to figure out how to use time jump well. I don't know.
I think it's just movement. That's it.
So I thought of one situation when we were in the sewers or whatever, and those dudes showed up and were trying to rob us. I could have technically used it to just run past them, and they wouldn't be able to do anything because time has stopped for them.
Yeah. I mean, you can dodge a lot actually. You can, if there's a really shitty Congo line of death, you can just skip past all of it.
Yep.
No opportunity attacks, no grabs, nothing. So
it basically used. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, in that sense, it's a good I don't want to be here, but is it a spell slot we want to use? It's up to you.
It's 1 action is the only reason it's kind of okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 1.
Oh, that's super cool. So you
it's
can
basically 1 to gain 2 move actions. Yeah.
Yeah. So you could blast someone. Use your. I mean, hey, there aren't that many spells that have 1 action. Use that if you need to, of course, and then strike twice, and then you're oh god, he's somewhere else suddenly.
Just confuse people. Shoot someone in the face and then disappear.
And if you use it again within a minute, you get stupefied 4.
Sounds like a deal.
But I can keep using it. I thought it was 1 time.
Oh, you can keep using it, just don't. Yeah.
It's just that if you use it again within a minute, you get stupefied 4.
Which is the worst thing ever, so no. It's very bad.
Stupefied 4. What does stupefied even do again? Oh.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
No.
It is useful if I want to just run. I could get stupefied 12.
If you use it again, you literally need to beat a DC 20 to use any spell after that.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it would go down once we're out of combat. If we need to run, I could use that and then just keep running.
Yeah, I mean, you can use it twice successfully, and after that, it's literally a gamble.
Yeah.
A very bad gamble.
It's fine. I didn't look at the duration. I figured it was just 1-time use, which it technically is, but
realistically, yeah, once per fight, basically.
If I really, really need to, I can use it again.
I mean, now you have many ways to get the hell out.
Well, this one's only for me, though. This doesn't help anyone else.
I mean, true, but you can lose time 0, start booking it, and then they can do whatever they want, and then you can do it again.
True.
Very weird. I like it.
All right, I'm done.
I'm gonna peek at her board and see what she got. Elven instinct.
How dare you?
Yeah, you guys should be able to see everything.
I am now an expert in athletics. Plus 13.
Only a plus 13?
It only went up 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's expert. It's still good, though. That's a free proficiency.
We don't talk about what I keep putting my proficiencies into.
Please tell us.
No, we don't talk about it.
Is it thievery?
We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
I mean, we can see.
Why would it possibly be thievery? I'm not an expert at it or anything.
Liam, you are trained in so many things.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Rogues and
you
wizards
should
and
see
everything.
what rogues and researchers investigate.
I'm not trained in
I'm
four
feeling
things.
very inadequate, though. I'm untrained in nearly everything.
If it makes you
It's
feel
worse
better.
if you're a warrior or a gunslinger. They get literally 3. That's it.
Wow.
Oh, never mind. You're not trained in diplomacy. You just have it.
I mean, I could have trained in it if I'd wanted to, but athletics.
I have been thinking, I have high dex at this point, so I could technically multi-class into rogue or something if it works.
I don't know what rogue dedication does. I'm not sure it's very good.
Not much.
Yeah.
It gives you not sneak attack. It gives you the other one, surprise attack or something.
Cheek
Wait,
attack.
is it not
It's-
just basically taking levels in another class?
You-
Does it
No,
work
you
you,
get-
differently?
you
No,
yeah,
you get.
there's no multi
It's a
level.
dedication basically.
Ah,
Dedications
I
only.
see.
Yeah. So the way the
I
game
think
plays out, you can't take levels on their classes. That's a custom rule that's super broken. You don't want to do that because it gets really complicated. The solution to not, oh no, I took a level here and now my character's permanently gimped. I guess I have this one cool thing is dedications, which you get some of the abilities a bit slower. Some are better than others, but yeah.
Like, I think Rogue specifically gives you like 2 proficiencies, and you get, whenever you roll initiative, any enemy you attack before it takes a turn, you get like plus damage on something. No, you get a +2 proficiency bonus, or circumstance bonus to the attack. It's weird. They're considered flat-footed or something, but only once. It's not great, but at the same time.
This is fine. I'm just really good at rogue things for some reason. Don't ask why.
I mean, Vega's definitely asking why.
Well,
Sorry,
she can ask all
what?
she wants.
What?
And you've definitely been asking him why.
Why I'm good at rogue things.
Oh, once I figure it out, yes.
Don't worry about it.
Typical Kane.
All right, so you
We
guys
don't talk about things.
you all gained 1 more proficiency as well.
I believe so.
Where'd you
Now
two put
expert in
yours?
stealth.
You picked stealth. Okay, where'd you put yours, Kane?
It upgraded my thievery into expert.
Oh, excellent.
But you only have 1 expert.
Or maybe it was already expert. I don't know. Let me go back and look.
I would think you would have 2 at least.
Unless you pick a
let me
new
check.
skill.
Yeah, because you get 1 at, well, yeah, unless you pick a new skill.
Yeah, at level 3, you guys also got to pick one.
Yeah.
Which it does not keep track of, so you need to keep track of that. Yeah, at level 3, you
Once
can get a
this
new
thing
one,
loads.
and then if you pick the same one at level 3, it turns to expert. And then 5 is the same way. And then at 7, you can go to master.
Wait, so I should have 2?
Only if you
Unless you
Or
did not take a new one.
picked a new one.
Yeah, if you pick a new
Right.
one, then that's all you get. If you picked the same one, it goes from trained to expert.
Okay, so yeah, I should have 1 expert then.
Okay. Yeah, you're effectively trained in
I
everything
did
except
double
for
thievery.
diplomacy. None of you are trained in diplomacy.
Yeah. I mean, I still
Oh,
have this mug that gives us a +1 to diplomacy.
Very true.
I literally
trained
cannot use
in-
it because my diplomacy is a -2.
You're -2. That's so sad to look at.
Not only is it negative, it's -2 because of a double dip.
Yeah.
Aw.
I get -1 from my ancestry and then another -1 from my ancestry.
Yeah, it was either expert in thievery or expert in arcana. I am a fan of thievery for reasons.
I mean, when it's good, it's good. The nice thing about skills in this game is when you're good at something, because that's why you guys are like kind of playing around the party, you're very good at it. Obviously, Vega having a +13 to athletics is insane, but she has a +0 to society. The higher you guys level, the more that's going to be noticeable to the point where you're rolling a +1 to something as opposed to rolling a +20 on something. Basically, you don't even bother.
No. I mean, at level 7, I'm picking that skill that basically makes all my non-trained ones the same as my level.
Oh, this
Or
is
half my level?
the
No, my level,
spell.
yeah. I think it's called untrained improvisation or something.
Not sure. There are
This is a spell.
approximately blazing dive. Is this also level 3?
Yes. Just slam my face into people.
What? You just shoot? What? Okay, so you shoot up and then fling yourself down at someone and do damage to them.
Yep.
That's
That'd be
kinda cool.
nice if it didn't put me over there because I don't want to get slapped after.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's like super aggressive that you can shoot yourself up into the air 15 feet and then 60 feet. So it's also movement.
Yeah.
And it's a 10-foot emanation. So you can move and just clip them at the edge. You don't need to like surround yourself. Or if you know they're weak, just to flex on the enemy, shoot yourself into the air, land, and just have everything die around you.
True.
Man, that is a power play.
At a fireball.
You got that and Blood Vendetta? Man, that's just like, take the cool spells. Take the ones that like are just fun to use. And like I said, take the ones that are fun to use that you can like, I can use this. Yeah, I can use this in a weird way or do something odd. And then like the more like, I think I might use this, wands. That's exactly what wizards are for. Just wand.
Does this work?
I'll take that over fireball. It's fine.
Does work.
I do think I'm going to do some weird stuff to my spell slots, though, since I can.
No, I'm picking this at level 7 for reasons.
There's also new spells being added soon-ish. I don't think they're in archive yet. Because the book isn't like actually officially released. I could be wrong.
I mean, they update on the day of release usually because they get it early.
They're super quick.
You mean like the new big books, the
Yeah.
what Asian themed ones? I
Say,
believe?
Specifically for Kane, the elemental one, because there's so many spells.
Oh, right. Yeah, those will be added on release, which is not yet.
It should be very soon. Yeah, they've been talking about it a lot.
I mean, they added 2 small modules lately.
Yeah, but specifically blowing shit up for Kane.
Yes.
All right, I did some weird stuff with my spell slots.
All right, excellent. Do I want to know?
Yesn't.
Define weird stuff. What do you mean?
I have, what is it called? Spell blending. I can basically combine lower level spell slots to get one of a tier above.
Oh, weird.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
That's useful.
So I have 1 first level, 2 second level, 3 third level.
Cool. Oh, your arcane thesis spell blending.
Yep.
So how does that work? Did you sacrifice?
So it'll take like 2 level 1 spell slots to make a single level 2, and then 2 level 2s to make a level 3.
Wait, is it straight up you change your spell slots, period? I thought it was more like
don't-
sorcerer things.
I don't think it's permanent, is it? Figured I can just do it whenever.
Yeah.
When you make your daily preparations, you can trade 2 spell slots of the same level for a bonus spell slot of up to 2 levels higher than the traded spot. So I could go from 1 to 3.
Yeah, you go from 1 to 3.
Oh. Wait,
Oh, that
do you
makes
need
my
to-
life easier.
Do you need to keep the thingies the same though? Like the spell levels, or is it
What do you
1,
mean?
2, 3?
Bonus spell slots must be of a different spell level. So basically, he can take 2 level 1s and turn it to a level 3, and then 2 level 1s to level 2, but he can't take he can't keep upping to the same spell level. So he can't take 2 1s to a 3 and 2 2s to a 3. Has to be a different spell level.
There we go. I mean, I can prepare like level 1 spells in my level 3 slots if I need to.
You are a wizard. That's the nice thing about wizard, as opposed to like sorcerer's much more straightforward, but they're way more limited in like how that functions. If you don't know level 5 fireball, you have to go learn level 5 fireball. You can't just upcast it.
I'm assuming I would have gotten all my spell slots back while we're just chilling.
If we rest for like the full duration, yes, realistically, you guys aren't going to be attacked. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yep, you can all do a quick long rest. Just make things easier.
Okay. I can move stuff around.
Yeah, because realistically, by the time Flint gets back, it'll be about that time. You guys are resting anyway. So
I could upscale Blood Vendetta, and then it adds 2d6 more bleed.
more?
It
That's
adds
really
another
strong.
2d6 to it for 1 level of heightening.
Heck yes.
Is it 1 level of heightening, or is it like +2 leveling heightening?
Oh no, it's heightened +2, my bad.
Yeah. So you'd need to have a, what is it, 2nd level?
4th level.
Yeah, so you'd need a 4th
It's a
level
sec-
one.
It's a 2nd level spell.
Too bad. I was gonna say that's way too strong.
Yeah, I was saying for 1 level, holy shit.
Bleeding with a DC 15, damn.
I forgot I have Umbral Extraction. I grabbed this like 20 years ago.
Umbral
It's so
ex-
long.
Umbral Extraction?
It was like one of the first spells I learned from buying a book.
What level is it?
2.
Oh, was it the weird one that you linked that we were just like,
It's the
on?
Temporary spell slot one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can try to take one of your foe's prepared spells.
After they cast it? Before they cast it?
God. It's so long.
Yeah, no, right?
I think it's before.
Yeah, okay, but say. So you just like
'cause
poke,
it's prepared spells or unused spontaneous spell slots.
you just
So I'm
poke-
assuming it would just be unused.
yeah, you poke around their brain looking for the good business.
Yeah, steal their good business.
That is super weird, but super cool.
I took it because it was weird.
I mean, if the game's going to give you options for weird spells, take them.
I mean, when it comes to weird spell, well, I guess it's not weird. I have Cozy Cabin that I could take. It just makes a cabin. It's like the dome from 5e, but it makes a cabin, but it can't be like.
That's really cute.
Well, it's not invincible though. It can still be destroyed, unlike the dome.
Gotcha.
It's
It's
more
literally
cozy,
just
though.
here, have a cabin.
I mean, realistically, if you don't have if I say, hey, this area is kind of shitty and a tent's not going to do it, sometimes.
Well, it says, I guess it depends on the weather, because it's like incredible heat or cold, powerful storms, and winds of hurricane force or greater destroy the hut.
That's fair, but
I mean, how
It would more
often
than
are you
destroy
gonna
your-
look at that?
yeah, it would more than destroy your tent. So
True.
basically, somewhere between hurricane force and the weather is really shitty.
Just dig a hole.
Yeah. We live in the ground.
Everyone just switched to kobold.
Yeah.
We all dig down here.
Yes.
Mind reading.
Alrighty, is there anything else we need to tinker with on our sheets?
I
don't
still
think
need
so.
to decide on a second spell, but it's fine.
Okay, yeah, we can just pause on that. You're not going to immediately fight something. All right, so the intent was to send out Flint, and did we want him to bring back Artur, or...
Yes.
I mean, unless Archer can find his way on his own, but Flint is gonna go back on his own anyway.
All right, perfect. Also, side note, Kane,
He can pick up Flint and fly.
you are still slightly less tanky than the dog, but you're catching up.
No.
You have 1 less AC and 1 less HP.
Don't worry, that's gonna change at level 8 again anyway.
So you're getting there.
Damn.
When he gets like 3 more AC or something.
I mean, I got a decent health boost and a good AC boost. I'll take it.
I mean, that and you can, cast spells, not just bite everything. So
Yeah.
you have flexibility.
I can shove my face into the enemy with Blazing Dive.
Yeah, but are your saves 11, 12, and 13 though?
9, 13, 11.
His saves are really good too. They're all expert, I think, right? Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not
What,
sure if they're
Flint's?
expert.
Yeah, they are.
They are. Yeah, they're expert across the board.
They are on
Yeah.
Flint. I just don't have expert on Fortitude.
Yeah. He's also an expert in intimidation, despite not being able to do that.
Ah, yes.
Alrighty, with that then, some time will indeed pass. Your crew feels stronger, fortunately. And we get a rest in. After this time, Archer will indeed be politely requested by Flint to come on by this burial mound. Fortunately, we all know where this is. It's going to definitely be a bit later, I would say. If you guys do all that nonsense around noon, you kind of hung around for a while, where you're looking at books. It's not well into the night, but it's definitely past sundown, 100%. It's like 9, 10-ish, I would say. And after some time, are the 3 of you discussing anything? Or are we kind of just chilling, relaxing, just trying to catch our breath, basically?
I would probably be trying to figure out how to read anything in the book.
Okay. You guys do still have that. Is a very good point. As you're looking through this book, Kane, you realize whoever put it together, whoever wrote it, now some of it makes sense. But once it starts getting to the Lazari theorem, none of it makes sense. The ideas are so outlandish and so absurd. It would be like, I can think of real world comparisons, basically picking up a high tier college course that you were not majoring in or even knew existed and being dumped directly into it. It very much feels like that, which is incredibly odd for you, Kane, because you are well read and you are very familiar with the arcane arts. It's just everything in this doesn't make any sense. It's not that you're too dumb to understand it. It's you're literally learning something from the ground up. It's trying to explain something that you're not even sure was written down properly, and it's a possibility the author just understood more and was expecting you to fill in the blanks. So it isn't even a how-to book, basically.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so it's not great. After some time, though, Flint does indeed return, pushing himself through various bushes and such, and he meanders on over to you, Arbalist, nuzzling against your hip and into your hand. A second later, another figure pushes through the same bushes, and we all see before us Archer Fenwick, dressed the exact same way we saw him last. He gives you all a quick nod.
Well, I
Hey,
will hope the
you're bad.
journey wasn't too bad.
It's definitely gotten a bit cold, but no. Busy, of course, but I'm able to get around with relative ease. Let's just get right into things.
He has it.
Perfect.
Good point.
He walks over to Kane.
I'm just not paying attention, just trying to figure it out, and I look very angry at the book.
He leans over, kind of smirking as his eyes are dancing over it as well. Upside down, of course, and he lets off a really low whistle. Says, hey, Kane, I see you're already looking at it.
I guess you could say that.
Does it make any sense yet?
No. I'll just hand it to him.
He nods that, takes the book, flips it in his hand, and giving it a real quick look over, he scoffs to himself and says, understandable. This isn't necessarily something that any of us can understand. It is lost knowledge, if you will. More lost than, well, I guess less loss than I was anticipating. To my knowledge, the last novel of this was burnt, or at least the last research notes. Odd to find it here.
The lady says she has other parts to this, so I don't think they're all burnt.
Unfortunate. And
She also said she's his daughter. Of the author, of course.
And she insisted on having this book, correct?
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Something about elementals and all that stuff.
Yes. If I can give you the long and short of it, there are let's just say it's not one thing. It is a multitude of avenues. If you are able to sacrifice the life of an elemental the correct way, they do indeed elicit depending on their size, a substantial amount of energy. But it's, well, you will understand how things are running over with the dwarves. They're not doing it quite as much anymore, at least, with their little mechanisms and machines and such. It is highly, highly regulated. We've discussed this before, so there's no reason to get into it again. But this is new. I've heard whisperings of it from a certain individual, but to know that she wants it this badly. What was she willing to trade again?
It was the zombies leaving us alone, right?
She also said that she would tell us what it was about if we gave it to her right then and there, but...
Or them to, at least.
Interesting. I do not believe I need to say that it was a good idea that you held on to this tome.
For better or for worse. Like, a part of me wants to believe her, honestly.
In what sense?
That she had no ill intention with it.
You might be onto something, Arbalist. There's a possibility she has truly no ill intent, at least directly. I am not entirely sure how stable this individual is. At least, well, as mentioned before, what they're able to pull off, none of this makes any sense. I've heard whisperings and discussions that various of these undead seem to think they are alive once again.
Reclaimed souls, yes.
And they act pretty alive.
I mean, we have a horse who thinks he's a man, or who used to be a man.
That is both intriguing and problematic. When you say...
I mean, if you want to talk to him, he's somewhere around here, surely.
Yeah. You say...
Can I step outside and whistle for him?
You guys are near the burial ground right now.
And he's this is way too far?
Yeah, he's a stone crab.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good half day riding or something, right?
Something like that, yeah. And he thinks to himself...
really loud.
Yeah, no, right? Rage whistle.
Yeah, are you telling me that my zombie horse doesn't have super hearing?
Doesn't have ears.
Exactly, super hearing.
Fair point.
The ears are holding us back. We need to remove them. Inject the sound directly into your skull.
I agree.
Absorb it into your brain.
He nods along at this. He's not really going to question how you guys have a horse that thinks it's a man or vice versa. Not entirely sure, but hand waves that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Looking at the book, he flips through it a few times, closes it, and says, well, as you were the ones to find it, I will ask you, what do you think we should do with this little novel?
I mean, how dangerous is it? What exactly does it do?
She did kind of tell us a little bit.
True. I do believe you probably would not be questioning what it does if she told you everything, though. She did promise to mention it, and, well, you obviously did not give her the book, so she decided to attack, I'm assuming.
Assumably.
I mean,
much, yeah.
Technically we attacked first. I did kind of squish the skeleton skull.
Well,
fair enough.
To be fair, we did try peace, and she attacked us with a large zombie, so it's kind of, Honestly, my fear is at this point, if we keep it from her, she will attack the town, undoubtedly. And seeing how big some of those things were, I honestly don't think we can hold them off forever.
All right. And then by that extension, you're saying we should keep it away from the town, yes?
Yes.
Probably.
She's probably gonna expand her search in that case.
Are we aware of that?
What I'm trying to say is that if there is a way to salvage this relationship and have her leave peacefully, that would be my bet.
I have the feeling giving her this tome would be just that, which, as I mentioned, we very much do not want to do this. Correct.
Yes, and I agree with that. We don't do that.
I will say, as of current, there should be no possible way for her to even know this phrase. And the same goes for her father. Where this was initially concocted is very, very far away from where we currently are, in an island, one that sunk many, many years ago. I highly doubt they traveled there, discovered this information, wrote it all down, and lost it here. That seems unfeasible to me, a bit ridiculous. Something gave them this information. None of our gods, to be sure.
But we do know there's some gods around who seem able to give this information around.
She also said the voice didn't seem to like Arius.
I could see that.
I mean, who do we know that can transmit their voices that doesn't like a specific god?
I'm not entirely sure it would be a specific god. How versed are you all in... Oh, they don't have an official name. Forgotten gods.
I
lost.
mean, you wait. You mean the two?
He smirks at that and laughs to himself. No, not your gods, Vega.
Those are the only ones I know. So
I might know like a tiny bit.
My nation did deal with gods. We had some scholars on the subject, but I definitely wasn't a scholar, so...
He nods that. And you all do recall that something was brought up in a certain rat cave, underground area, something referred to as a god, the Radiant Word.
Yes. The source of all knowledge who wishes to share things if you ask, or dare to ask.
Yes. And would you guys bring it up first, or...
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was alluding to with, we know of a god that can potentially do that.
Excellent. As you mentioned that, Arthur nods, agreeing with you. He says, yes, that entity, whatever it may be, is known by a multitude of names. It is indeed information unbound. By that very definition, it would be at odds with Arius. Arius may be the god of magic and knowledge, but some things are better off forgotten. Some things we should not delve into. Ancient magics, knowledge, things of that nature that can upend our very existence. I mentioned before that it should be impossible for her to be resurrecting individuals the way that she is, the way that you mentioned. She and some other are able to hop between the undead. That too, while not impossible, is incredibly difficult. Were there a necromancer roaming that had this capability, I would know of them. There's a possibility this power, magic, artifact, whatever it may be, was granted to them, potentially by this Radiant Word. It does also go under another name, an older name, less a being and more an event. Some have called it the Night of 1,000 Eyes. It is quite literal, unfortunately. This event can be quite traumatic. Those that witness it will indeed receive the information that they wish. They will not always survive it, though. Sometimes, let's just say we're not capable of understanding certain things. It also might plan on sneaking in one or two more bits of information that would cause your mind to pop.
So, what would the Radiant Word be trying to gain through this woman using elemental energy?
Unfortunately, I do not believe the Radiant Word has a goal in mind. I do believe it exists purely for what it is, to spread knowledge. That is it. Its only primary goal is to spread knowledge. That's all it cares about. It wants to know everything, and it wishes to share everything. Not all of us are capable of handling it. Sometime in the past, long ago, I do not wish to say it was worshipped, but looked upon more fondly than it is now. Said cultists and followers realized very quickly they could not control this eye, and the word fed them over and over and over until they popped. Seeing that, it is not really a surprise that this god fell out of favor, this entity, whatever it may be.
Well, Our Lady is dead, so I don't think she cares about popping brains.
Quite true. If she wants to gain the knowledge from this tome, though, that is definitely problematic, I would say. If you want me to hold on to it, I most assuredly can. The long and short of it is this... Well, if she's already dead and moving around, I'm not really sure why she would want it, which further pushes as to why we should not allow her to have it. If you were to do this ritual properly, theoretically you could extend your life infinitely. I heard of one of the tests. There were various crystals. When each crystal was loaded up, the memory, the soul, I'm not entirely sure what it was, of the individual seemed to come back to life, at least for a moment. Once it was deactivated, they were gone. Upon reactivation, the soul, memory, whatever it may be, reacted in the exact same way as it did originally, over and over and over. It pauses your memory, it pauses whatever you loaded into it, whether it be a piece of yourself or purely your memories. But theoretically, were you to do this to someone, they would indeed live forever, especially if they intended to do this. They would not be confused upon being reactivated or brought back into this world. They would instead be elated and continue whatever their mission may be. I'm sure you can understand her having this knowledge would be detrimental to all of our goals, we'll say.
Yes. I'm cool if you take it with you.
How badly did you feel she wanted this tome?
Very.
So
I think she doesn't have a problem with expanding her army and destroying everything in her path to get it.
Pretty much.
Which is where the dilemma starts.
Of course. Did you have a feeling that she could sense its location, or she was blindly looking?
I was under the impression
Not
she was
sure.
blindly looking.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like, at least.
Like, it definitely felt like they were actively looking for it, but they did not know what it was. Otherwise, they would have found it instantly inside of the church.
Well, she said she's been looking for it for a long time, so I figured she wouldn't be able to just sense it, or else she would have had it a while ago.
No.
If that is the case, then I would agree.
Finding the info about, well, some kind of relic or book inside the church wasn't too hard. I'm sure the same went for her.
Understood. I, of course, would not want to take this tome back to my tower, only to have her undead flock to Torella. But if she does not know where it is, I will do my best to... I'll place it somewhere that is not here nor there. Constantly moving, if, in fact, she can sense it. I cannot hold this off for too long, of course. I am busy with other things. So, well, I'm not rushing you. The sooner you can handle this, of course, the better for all of us.
I mean, in that case, would it be better to give it to her and smooch up into her good graces?
It's not that I don't trust her. I don't trust the voices speaking to her.
I would agree there.
Not that I don't trust her. I just don't trust her.
Precisely.
I think her intentions aren't bad. I just think the results will end up with something bad, you know? Especially if that other god is involved, or god thing.
I mean, she has a giant undead army and apparently doesn't seem to care if she kills a bunch of people, so I don't know about that.
Well, once you lose your mortality, you know, things change.
Do you merely think she's playing then, Kane? Pretending to be...
Maybe. I can't be 100% sure, but...
Well, it's hard to tell if a ghost is lying, you know? Especially one without a body.
This is true. Well, Vega, your suggestion. I would say, at least with my personal expertise, were you to give her this book, you would need to take something back in turn. Someone like her, at least if she has an open communication and has not ceased with the Radiant Word, who knows what else it could tell her. She's clearly trying to accomplish something. You were all commissioned by the church to stop this, correct?
Yes, which is another issue. She does not trust the church.
Also
For good
problematic.
reason.
There are...
It's more accurate to say she hates them.
Well, good to know. If that is the case, then, with all the violence you say she's perpetrating, who knows what could happen after this? Maybe this is only one piece, and then she'll need another, and then another. Then who says when she will cease? If that's the case, we cannot allow her to have the book.
Yes.
Also,
Until we know her goals, there's no point in arguing with her, but...
Correct. Also, if her goals will somehow elevate her to a status where I would need to get involved, that would be another problem, of course.
You might want to start prepping for that just in case.
Yeah.
I might have to.
Her reach is beginning to get a little terrifying.
He smirks and nods at this and says, well, not to add too much more worry to your plate, friends, but I'm sure you're aware there are other machinations moving in the dark, other things that require my attention.
Yes.
I will keep a close eye on this.
Would it be weird of me saying that I have this feeling that they're more connected than we think? Apparently all of this has something to do with the elementals, so...
He nods along at that and says, yes, another problem I'm attempting to keep an eye on, but all I'm seeing is escalation. There was that issue with... Did you all mention you were there? No, I wouldn't necessarily call it a slaughter, but...
Sorry, where? The gang war?
Where all the, imps or whatever showed up?
Yeah,
Yes.
afterwards all the imps were summoned, yeah. Well, we went there for the meeting of the... What are they, captains?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Leaders?
Family
But
leaders
we
or
were there
whatever.
for the... Yeah,
Essentially,
for the
yes.
family leaders. We were there for the after effect, though.
Indeed. And I'm sure, as was mentioned to you, a certain individual decided to rear his ugly head, Shurok. Also, another problem. One on my growing list of problems.
Yeah, also one who was supposed to be, well, not dead. I think he was banished, right?
A little bit of both, we were hoping.
That's rarely the case. The
Indeed,
dead seem
indeed.
to be returning in numbers. I mean, look at me.
Of course, you are quite special as well. I do hope he's not under the same circumstances as you, Arbalist, but we truly cannot know.
I mean, I feel like I would have noticed if that was the case, but
I would say so, yes. There's most likely something else to his lack of, well, being deceased. Regardless, he is not currently a major problem, although he is attempting to raise an army again, which will forever be a thorn in my side, if we can find him. But that is a discussion for another day. Just know that he is still at large. If you happen to run into him, you seem to be on decent terms. Try to get information out of him if you can.
oh, he didn't try to kill us at least.
This is true. Regardless, I do need to make my leave soon. Was there anything else you
Not too
required of
soon.
me? Well, oh, yes?
There's a few more things we need to discuss.
Of course.
I'll produce the blood spines that we got.
Oh, his eyebrows raised to that. Found multiple.
Yes, 3 of them was right.
Indeed.
Keep them in glass jars.
Okay. He takes the jar and he
2
looks
of
at...
them seem to have been corrupted, but this one seemed fine. Not sure entirely, but
Yeah, he's nodding along as you're showing them off, and he says, "Oh, you are actually correct. It looks as if this third one can be used the way it was at least intended to. It's in the same state as the one that is currently residing within inside both Vega and Kane.
right. Well, that's useful. Then I can just use it now.
You just pop off the lid and just let it wiggle on in.
Basically, I keep it to like my neck or something. Easy access.
All right, excellent. It feels incredibly strange, very similar to the experience that both Vega and Kane underwent.
I want to say that Arbalest is kind of used to this because things in his body move around on their own anyway.
Indeed. They are somewhat a familiar feeling, though, and while this is, yeah, a familiar-ish feeling, this one feels weirdly more invasive. Unbeknownst to you, Arbalist, it is searching more than it did in both Vega and Kane, as your anatomy is, well, different, as we are aware. It doesn't hurt, but the wriggling persists for quite some time as it finds a homely little location somewhere near your heart. And after you're done loading your new chip into place, your add-ons.
I punch Arbalest.
Oh,
All right, with his update complete, the punch does indeed hurt a wee bit, but in time, the damage will fade. I promise. Arthur is nodding along, basically expecting that. Glad you have not
His
changed.
blood, weirdly dark. Huh, interesting. There was something else, but I can't remember what it was now. Oh, right. Vega, you still have that memory bottle, right?
Yeah, I should, right?
Or did you give it to Flint?
Well, the empty one or the one that we used?
The one that we... No, the empty one, yeah. God, I was thinking empty one like what? We emptied one out?
Yeah,
Yes, the unused one, yes. Well, since Arthur asked about it, if I ever remember any more information about my past, and he would like use the flask or the vial to siphon some of his memories, I guess, and give it to Arthur. It's easier if you see it for yourself, honestly.
Oh, you're just going to kind of show him everything that you've learned?
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's still a bit fuzzy, but
It'll be pure, unrestrained knowledge, so you don't need to waste your time telling him.
Yeah.
As you guys go back and forth on this, he takes a quick swig and basically does the same thing as you did. Eyes loading, and suddenly, without saying anything, Arbalist, he gives you a look as if to say, very interesting, thank you. And you can tell a part of him has been, in a way, reinvigorated to look further into your past, your people, and maybe some other things. Quite unique. And while he's here, he actually does indeed have something to toss your guys' way, if you would like, of course. Who doesn't like goodies? And before I take my leave, I might be in, well, it's hop, skip, and a jump away from where we are now, so I might not head straight back to Stone Crab. But was there anything else you would need of me?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
All right, well, Vega, always feel free to use the stone if you need to speak with me, of course. I will answer as quickly as I possibly can. Otherwise, there were 2 things I was working on I would like to hand to you all. One is for you, Kane. And he reaches into his sleeve, and he slowly starts pulling out what looks to just be more sleeve, but you very quickly realize that these are actually a full set of robes. And he moves them on over to you, good sir.
I love fancy robes.
Who doesn't? The hell did it land is the question. There we go. You now have magical sleeves.
They function as bag of holding. Perfect. Now I can dump stuff into my sleeves.
And he kind of smirks at that, giving you a look as if to say, now you know how I'm shoving shit in my sleeves.
I like this, thank you.
You're quite welcome. It is incredibly useful for people such as ourselves. And he pulls out a book real quick, and then puts it back in, and he takes the book that you guys were talking about and puts it in the other sleeve, and says, like so. And then, to ensure that, things go better for you all, on the road, of course, I have these, and whoever would like them, of course, may take them. They are a pair of gloves that I do hope will assist with your anything you'll need with wounds, poison, things of that nature. It also does have the ability, at least once per day, to heal in case you are in some sort of dire straits. Whoever would like these, let me know, and I shall bestow them upon you.
Would they enhance Arbalest healing or no?
They do not enhance?
It's just a once per day use instant heal, basically.
Yes. So you need to be touching someone, which can, of course,
I give them to Flint.
Include yourself.
Is it like...
Does it work on Flint?
No, it doesn't. Companions can't use items.
Is it like an action?
Yes. So right there, it says activate, interact. It takes one action, and it will heal you for 2d6 plus 7.
I could probably use that since I'm melee.
Indeed.
I'm assuming you can use it on yourself.
Correct.
Yeah.
You can use it on yourself, and if you give it to someone else...
You're also the only one who doesn't have a good medicine check, so this is useful.
Yes.
All right, gimme.
It's also a +1 item bonus to medicine checks. I'm fairly certain the one that Kane is sitting on is already an item bonus, and item bonuses do not stack, so you actually cannot use both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Vega can have it.
Yep, +1 item bonus. So I'll go ahead and give that to you, Vega. Basically, if you need to panic, oh my god.
Which is frequent.
You can poke yourself for only one action. It doesn't cost like 5, and you're wearing them because they're gloves. So worn gloves. Invested. It's another invested item. So you currently have 3. Once per day, you can interact with it. So just kind of however you want this to work. You can smack your hands together. You can touch your head. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But you soothe the wounds of a willing, living, adjacent creature, which can include yourself, restoring 2d6 plus 7 hit points. That's actually quite a bit. There are some random rolls out there. 15, 10, 15. That's a decent amount. You cannot harm undead with it. It's very specific about that. You cannot harm the undead with this healing. Okay. So you can't just touch a zombie and like blow its head off, which would be dope, but it doesn't work that way. I don't know if this adds to your actions. It might. It does not. Okay. Perfectly fine. Just basically remember, if you look in your inventory, you do have healer's gloves. Just click them right there. They're in the drop-down menu under your items. You have quite a few. So hopefully that should indeed help. Other than that, Archer gives you all one more look as if to say anything else.
Nope.
I don't think so. Not
Perfect.
that I can remember, at least.
I will give you one fair warning, which I'm sure I do not need to say. But if I have this book, and she knows it, actually, we do not know how she will react.
Well, a running theory at the moment is that she can listen in through anything dead, I guess. And the only thing dead I have on me is that points to the skull on Flint's collar, which like gave him the message. Is that head? But I don't think she can use that.
I feel as if that's disconnected. I agree. Your horse, though, that you mentioned, Vega, that might be somewhat problematic. How close is it to Stone Crab?
It's guarding the boundary.
Guarding. So it is an ally.
Within whistling distance.
It's an ally, then.
Yeah, I made him swear
technically.
upon my goddess.
Well, the person inhabiting him is an ally, I guess. I'm
Excellent.
not sure if she can listen in.
Well, I'm not...
Okay. assume she can.
Can I show him my pendant?
Yeah, of course.
I made him swear on this.
Well, we can hope that might interfere with her magics. Not entirely sure, but I would be very hesitant upon letting the horse past your walls. Just be careful.
I'll keep it in mind, but he started acting very different after this.
I will trust your judgment. Regardless, you obviously have taken this book from her. Expect violence. Plain and simple. Please be careful. If you need anything, do not hesitate to call.
All right. Actually, I do have one quick question. How's that kid doing on his part of the mission?
Kid?
Yeah, what's his name? The unicorn?
Bren?
You
Oh,
know,
you
the
mean-
kid with the unicorn.
Bren, oh, I'll be entirely honest, I'm not tracking Bren. I would assume well.
He seemed capable. He's probably fine.
I mean, he did seem capable. I was just wondering if he'd learned anything of interest that might assist connecting this picture together.
I mean, you can probably ask him.
Wait, can I contact him with my stone thing?
This one only contacts Arthur, unfortunately. This one specifically.
We can send a bird.
You really want to send a bird?
If you all would like, I can attempt to reach out to Bren, see how his mission is going, see where things are.
Yeah, and you can give him an update on our side, you know, in case they're connected.
Indeed. I do know, at least from what I gathered, the church sent you all in various directions, hoping to find the citadel of this necromancer. Once found, presumably, everyone will join upon one location and, well, finish the job.
Yeah, sounds about right.
All right, well, with that, I will attempt to contact him as quickly as I can. Not entirely sure where he is, but the world is only so big. I do wish the three of you good luck.
Thank you.
We're gonna need it.
He kind of chuckles at that, turns on his heels, and he walks through the same bushes that he entered through.
Never to be seen again.
Gone forever.
Laughing maniacally.
Those idiots, they gave me the book.
I mean, it's happened before.
Yes, it has. not a book, but yes. All right. So, where we are currently stationed, we technically rested for quite some time, so we do not need to rest. We are obviously a skip away from where Stonecrab currently is. If we leave now, we will arrive by somewhat early morning.
Well, I guess we should head out.
Probably.
If they're getting attacked, it's kind of our fault.
Yeah. I mean, don't they get attacked anyways? It's just if it's worse, it's our fault.
Exactly.
All right, do we just head straight back?
I guess, yeah.
It sounds good to
I-
me.
I
Try
think we
to
should
avoid
be.
as many undead as possible.
Yeah, be a little careful on the way back, not to be seen just in case.
Excellent. On the way back, as you all are doing your thing, fortunately, we run into no enemies or anything along those lines. But there are a few interesting things that pop up, quite literally, actually. As we are headed back to Stonecrab, we feel a few more rumbles ripple throughout the earth. As we pause for a moment, we learn that we are not being followed, nor is there something large in front of us. In fact, it is indeed the opposite. After the rumbles cease, we step forward a few more times, and we'll say Vega, as you're all heading forward. You don't necessarily trip and bite it, but your foot does catch on a stone that very much should not be jutting out of the ground as far as it is. And you kick it hard enough to notice, definitely hard enough to notice, and it's somewhere near the trail on the way back to Stonecrab.
Can I take a closer look at it?
Yes, you very much can. Looking down at this stone, it is smooth. It's old, been here for quite some time, but it is not just a stone. It is
I was about to say, is it bone?
No, it's not bone either. It's a collection of stone, bricks actually, that were long ago held together in this position. Essentially what you're seeing, as you kind of move around a bit, is something jutting out of the ground that's very clearly made of like brick, about like 6 inches.
Can I follow it to see if there's a shape?
Like follow it down to the earth with your hands.
I mean, is it a single brick by its lonesome?
No, it's a collection of bricks that look to be, now that you're touching it and moving like closer to it, it actually looks to be like the corner of a structure or a building of something. And as you kind of move the dirt around and kind of look at it, you're able to dig the dirt away. All you're doing is revealing more and more of this brick. It almost looks like a building is buried here.
Does
Okay,
it look
so-
like the building is being or has been excavated or pushed up?
Yes.
Oh boy.
So are we on the roof? Are we looking at the roof of this thing?
As you move around a bit, you actually see a few more of these chunks of brick and stone off 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet. They seem to be in the same general area. Were you to poke those, you would find the same thing. It goes straight down at the exact same angle. Presumably, yes, you are on the roof of a buried building.
So, considering that last time that Arbalest died, it was because of a collapsing wall being undermined effectively. Is this reminiscent?
In a way,
These tremors?
similar, but I would say for that particular instance, definitely different, but similar in a way. Do we continue down the road or kind of look around here a little more?
Vega is not a archaeologist, but the puppet controlling her is very curious now.
I mean, I'm just standing still trying to listen, see if I can find a source.
So
Old ranger trick, can I listen to the ground?
I also asked for a map of like a sketch of the cities, right? Is there any reference of a city that might have been here long ago?
That would definitely be in the libraries. And as we wait a little more, Arbalest, you do put your ear to the floor and listen. You do not hear footsteps, though. If anything, at least for a moment, you swear what could potentially be a heartbeat. And then a moment later, ahead of you all, about 50 feet down the road, another rumble, this one a little more violent. And again, a stone structure, or at least the tip of a stone structure, spear-like in nature, pushes itself up very slowly out of the earth, about 10 feet of it, until it ceases. You then feel nothing, but looking around the horizon, you can see a multitude of what seem to be buildings that are slowly working their way outside of the earth.
So, King, you don't have any earth-moving spells or anything like that, right?
I mean, I have one that kind of does a little bit, but not much.
Well, we better hurry back.
Yeah, I was about to
quick.
say, how far away are we?
You're definitely getting closer. You'll be there soon.
Right, let's run for it.
All right. As you feel a few more rumbles on the way back, they're nowhere near as violent. Your group is able to indeed move back to Stone Crab, and all along the way, you can see.
Hang on.
Yes, Vega.
I kind of think one of us should stay behind to watch the city pop out of the ground and see if anyone comes to investigate, such as a certain zombie.
You can if you want to, but I'm going for the city.
Is there a high ground where I can get like a hiding spot, but also a viewpoint nearby?
Yes, there are definitely a few high grounds that you could jump on over to. You're trying to get a lay of the land, trying to see if anything is coming your way.
Yeah, I want to watch this because this is obviously not normal, and clearly it's a shit ton of magic.
Excellent. As your group does indeed continue forward, for a moment, Vega, you take a detour. You do know the way back from here.
Question. Is it magic? Can King... I would guess I would ask him if he can sense anything from underground.
I mean, I can detect magic, but I don't think that really goes very far.
I don't know.
Not far enough to sense whatever this is, unfortunately.
Right. Anyway, let's run. Let's go for a jog.
You two run, I'll stay here.
Sure, try to follow it.
Fortunately, it's not too far away. Your allies move off to the distance, Vega. As your eyes scan the horizon, you see more and more telltale signs of buildings that are beginning to reveal themselves. And for a moment, you think you see another building, but you notice that it moves ever so slightly. This one is closer to the clearing of a forest, somewhere off forward. Definitely too far to catch any details. But
can I tell from like the architecture styles if like the approximate year of how old these buildings might be?
That information would most definitely be in the library, were you to commit to memory what these look like. Also, if you were to get someone that would be a little more knowledgeable physically to touch them, they should be able to tell. Fortunately, this current location is not too far from Stone Crab, but this final structure that you see is indeed not a structure. In fact, Vega, it is a figure that you can feel is watching you. After you realize what this is, the figure slowly turns itself and walks into the forest. We shall pause there.
Hold up. The figure came up out of the ground or approached the town coming out of the ground?
It looked as if it were another spire or something of that nature that had already protruded from the earth. But after it moved, you very quickly found out that was not the case.
Is this a big figure?
Big enough to look like a chunk of building.
Oh boy.
All right,
It's
well...
easy to hide your citadel when it moves on the ground.
That's what I wanted to know, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.